Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Shining Light Video Podcast Show, where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm Michael Esposito, the host of the show and an insurance agent specializing in business and personal insurance. I'll introduce my guests in a few moments, but first, a quick update on Forgotten Children of Haiti's fundraiser, Masks for the Front Line. Thanks to our generous donors and my haircutting skills, check out my live haircutting fundraiser on my IGTV. We've raised about $3,000 towards our goal of $5,000. Please help us accomplish our goal by the end of this month by visiting our GoFundMe campaign and making a donation today of just $8 to buy one mask for one frontline worker. The link's in my bio and in the description of this video. This show has also been sponsored by AMH Home Services, who is donating $750 towards Forgotten Children of Haiti's fundraiser for every client who chooses their mold and remediation services and mentions the Shining Light Video Podcast Show. Today's guest is a member of HV Gold Rewards and offers a discount to cardholders. Visit hvgoldrewards.com today to buy your $10 discount card. Enter promo code FCH, and HV Gold Rewards will donate $8 for every card sold toward Forgotten Children of Haiti's fundraiser. Without further ado, we're going to welcome our guest. I think he's in the chat. I'm not sure. Just give me a second here. But I see I got some friends in here. Good morning, Haynes Marketing and Media. Katie Haynes over there. Thanks for all. Oh, you're welcome, Katie. And thanks for all you do, Katie. I hope your ankle's feeling better. And I see Ramon's in here. What's up, Ramon? Yep, this is HV Gold Week, everybody. I'm just waiting for our guest to just join in the live here with us, and I will bring him in. But this is HV Gold Rewards Week, where I am spotlighting HV Gold Reward members for being part of the HV Gold Reward community and why it's so important. And of course, HV Gold is a sponsor to the show because it's one of the largest Facebook networking groups on Facebook. Business networking groups on Facebook, and so they are able to promote the show and promote all of these local businesses on their Facebook page. So thank you, Ramon, and hi to all our friends that are joining in. See Lara in here, Danielle in here. We're just waiting for my guest. He should be joining in another second. I'm sure he's just trying to figure out how to click on my live icon to be able to join. So let's just give him a minute. It's going to be well worth the wait. He's all about the customer experience. He's all about everyone's experience on here. So we're going to get him on, and just give us a second here. I'm going to see if I can try to request him, even though he's not in the chat right now. Let me just try this real quick, everybody. Kind of just bear with me here. I just spoke with him, so I know he's ready and excited to come on. So I know he's probably just experiencing some difficulties on his end, but he should be in here. All right. This is what tends to happen sometimes. We have some technical difficulties when our guest has just trying to figure out this live thing. I gotta say, I had on somebody who is very affluent with social media marketing. Our very own HV Gold Rewards president. I had him on Friday, Ramon Pinheiro, and we were having technical difficulties with Instagram and getting his live up. So I mean, it's something that happens. It's just part of us all learning this new technology. Not all of us, we're not social media influencers yet to the extent that of having thousands upon thousands of followers and doing these lives for years now. This is kind of new to a lot of us. So we're just kind of working through getting these lives and figuring out how to get into the live room and all that stuff. So I'm sure George is doing that right now in order to get into this. So thank you for bearing with us. If you have any questions, actually, please drop them in the comment box. I did have a question for everybody before I posted this of how you provide customer experience, the best customer experience. So please, if you're in here, I see several friends in here. I don't want to call you out, but put in where you work and how you provide great customer experience to your customers. It could be just one sentence. It could just be one word of how you provide a great customer experience. That's really going to be the focus of our show today is providing a great customer experience and what we're going to be speaking about with my guest. We're just waiting for my guest to join the chat in order to get him on here. The excitement of the live shows. Yes, I get so excited about these live shows. Katie, you do know our guest very well. Could you shoot him a text or give him a call while I'm on here trying to figure this out with him and see if he needs a hand to get into this chat room, because it seems like he's just having a little trouble getting in. Welcome, everybody. This is the Shining Light video podcast show where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. For all of you kind of hanging out here, just waiting for my guest to come in, I just want to share with you why I started this show. I started this show in order to highlight, thank you, Katie. I started this show in order to highlight local businesses. And I say local because in my local community where I live in upstate New York, it's local to me, but truly local business is anywhere that you live. It's the mom and pop, it's the locally owned business, the restaurant, the services, everybody that makes up your community. That's the local, that's who they are. So support them. And why I started this show is to highlight them and keep them relevant in this time where unfortunately these local businesses have had to close their doors or stop their services. So this show is all about highlighting them, highlighting their services, keeping them relevant, keeping them in front of all of us so that we remember who they are and what they do, so that when they open their doors, you can give them a call. And again, I go back to the whole local thing. It's not just local to the Hudson Valley. Of course, I have a lot of Hudson Valley businesses on here because that's where I live. But I extend outside of the Hudson Valley region to the New York City area. I've had somebody from South Carolina on here. I've mentioned it to somebody out in Illinois. So please mention it to your community. You can reach out to me and come on the show and share your thoughts and ideas. We're just waiting for my guest to come on this live with us. And he should be coming on fairly soon. He has Haynes Marketing and Media on the job. She's going to get him on, and I see he's just joined the chat. So thank you, everybody, for bearing with us. I'm going to bring him in right now and reintroduce him to all of you. He's great. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for sticking in there. Give us a second. We're just going to bring him into the live. All right. So George, you should have gotten an invitation to join into the live feed. Just accept that invitation and I'll be able to bring your screen into the shot. And I love this, everybody. You know, we're all, like I said, we're all experiencing social media together. We're all experiencing these triumphs and victories and sometimes these failures and challenges that we all have. So this is just part of the whole experience of learning these new skills of social media. And my guest is in the room. We just need him to join. George, you just need to request to join our face here. Your face in here, and for some reason it's unable to join. It's saying, George, I want to welcome you all to the Shining Light video podcast show. I see some friends in here and some new people. Walter's in here. What's up, man? Walter does a great show. He does a whole podcast series where he has a panel discussion on all sorts of different things. Definitely check out Third Gears. Check out his podcast that he's been doing on Instagram Live and his experience. He does a really great job over there. We're just waiting, everybody. I'm very sorry. We're just waiting for my guest to be able to join for whatever. There it is. There we are. Okay, we're going to have my guest. So without further ado, we're going to start this show right. A proper introduction for him. And no worries, George. This happens to the best of them.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Sorry for the difficulties. We were trying to get on with the laptop, and apparently I had to get on with my cell phone only.
All right. That's what you get for not reading my emails.
That's it.
You made it. Scattered. You made it, and everybody's kind of, like I said, while I was trying to hold everybody's attention, and we're all learning this stuff on the fly, on the go here, and that's all part of, a lot of people talk about that. That's the positive part of this quarantine is we're learning new technologies and ways to work it. So you're here, and we're going to start, all right?
Absolutely. Your parents always told you, it's the younger generation that knew technology, and I'm feeling that now.
That's right. Well, let me welcome everybody. This is the Shining Light video podcast show where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm Michael Esposito, the host of the show and an insurance agent specializing in business and personal insurance. Excellent customer service is the #1 job of any company. It is the personality of the company and the reason customers come back. Without customers, there is no company. Connie Elder. Do you provide an excellent customer experience? Let us know in the comments. Share your company name and what you do to provide a customer experience, a great customer experience. My guest today has made cleanliness, consistency, and a great customer experience the backbone of his roofing company. He's George Kontogiannis, and he's the owner of GKontos Roofing, and he'll share why it's so important to provide an excellent customer experience when working on your roof. Welcome, George.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for having me on your show.
For sure, George. George, you have a really great background in how you got into roofing. You know, a lot of contractors, they started when they were like 10 years old working with their dad or uncle or something, but you have a much different approach and a much different experience as to how you got into the roofing and construction sector business. Could you share with us a little bit about your history and why you pride yourself on customer experience and customer satisfaction?
Absolutely. My best friend growing up, his family owned a lot of the diners and restaurants, you know, the Greek families owning all the diners and such, as they would say. And the number one thing there was, along with consistency, having good food, a good atmosphere, customer service was the number one thing. If you had one unhappy person, you don't want them to turn away and never come through the doors again. You always wanted to make them happy, come back, and it was just a pleasure to be communicating with so many people on that level and being able to relate. They walk in, they start knowing your name, and you just see such a good bond. And I think was the most important thing to me that I was bringing into the construction field.
Yeah, you mentioned that you worked in the restaurant industry, and then part of your experience there, you learned customer service, you learned how to make sure that everybody's happy, but you had a dream. You had a dream.
Right.
And you had a dream to do something, and I want you to share what that is and what brought you into construction and why you said, you know what, I'm going to do this myself.
Yeah, well, I always had a dream to build my own home, and I started working construction on summers and stuff like that, and I just saw such a large neglect to be able to provide customer service as a contractor. I feel a lot of homeowners would get neglected. Sometimes the job was not done 100% or wasn't done to where they were extremely happy, but yet everyone was still getting paid, and I didn't really think that was fair. Doing something with your hands and building something, to see the end results and the changes you do, you take so much pride in that, where I would see, and that was kind of my vision, where how come nobody has the customer service that they do in the restaurant business? Don't you want to have repeat customers? Don't you want to have somebody talking good about your work, your workmanship, and want to refer you to other people, friends, family, and whoever it is? And
Right.
your work really needs to show. And I take a lot of pride in that. I love what I do. The most important thing to me is the homeowners, and making sure that they're happy, making sure we give them a great product and a great service. And we're always trying to improve that as much as we can as possible.
Right. Yeah. And something else that you do is you use high grade materials. Could you speak to us about the importance of the materials? Because I think sometimes we are all sold on the idea of just picking up something at Lowe's or at Home Depot, and we're sold on the idea of, like, you know, it's good enough for the job. But you really pride yourself on the material, and you're gonna get the best material for your customer, and there's a reason for that. And could you share with us about that reason and why you pride yourself on that as well?
Absolutely. First off, I deal with JF. To me, they're the number one. Well, not to me, but they are the number one selling shingle manufacturer in North America. I've used them for over 15 years now since I've started in construction. I know a lot of contractors that use that. Through experience in using a contractor grade or something cheaper, the longevity is not there. We go into newer developments, only 15 years old, and their shingles are already crumbling. So you're paying for a full roof replacement. Your price is not much different. And the longevity is there with the quality products. The new products, also the different materials, synthetics versus tar papers, this and that, they allow your roof to breathe a lot better, allow airflow to go underneath your shingles to create that, so that moisture doesn't sit there and cause moisture, mildew, mold in your attics. It's just a a big roofing system that you do. So GAF has the number one, hands down. Their products are awesome. I love working with them 100%. I think they have a great product. You can't get a 50-year roof from most shingles out there, so we offer them 50-year roofs, and we also became one of their top contractors, allowing to give us our workmanship is being covered through their in the random inspections that they do on us, because they know we provide good service.
Right, right. And part of the great customer service that you offer in there, you mentioned about cleanliness and consistency. Could you speak to us about when you set up for a job, how you're able to, because this is hard. I mean, you're ripping shingles off, things are falling from the roof. How do you keep a clean workspace when you're doing all of this?
Well, first thing you do is you have to set up the job properly. You have to protect everything. We put planks underneath your containers, your dumpsters, and your driveway so we don't scratch anything. We don't want to come into your house and know that we were there. We want to leave and you be like, hey, did they even do my roof? Only thing that's going to show you proof is us being on there. We throw large canvases. We attach them to the top of your roof, throw large canvases. So when we are ripping shingles off, all the debris falls onto your canvas. Now, we also tie those canvases to trees, to our vehicles, whatever it takes to also help protect your flowers. We know people spend a lot of time on their gardens. I enjoy flowers. I take a lot of pride in that stuff too. So I just take everything. I look at everything as if it were my home. I'm not going to look to destroy my own house and do more work and create more work for myself. So we protect everyone's homes. At the end, we hand pick through gardens. We use magnets to help pick up any loose nails that may have been left behind. And then we scan the whole property at the very end, again, all of us, to make sure that we're not missing any loose papers or this and that. We try to clean as we go.
Right, right. And I'm sure that all goes into customer satisfaction and a great customer experience when you leave. Like you said, it's like the only way they know that you were there was by seeing you on the roofs, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I have to ask you before we move on, did you get to build your dream home?
Not yet. I'm waiting. I want to buy the perfect piece of land first. I have done full renovations. I've taken older homes. I've gutted them, leveled out floors and stuff like that. So pretty much I have made things my own. So, but not a full build from the ground up yet for myself.
All right. So now we're really getting into the customer satisfaction. It's not just the customer satisfaction. It's George's satisfaction. He's a perfectionist. We're learning this about him, is that it has to be perfect. So what is the perfect land? What is the perfect property that you're looking for, that if it was dropped in your lap tomorrow, you would buy it?
I like privacy. I like a nice quiet road to drive home to enjoy the trees, the sound of birds. Just trees, nature surrounding you, a nice piece of land to have your privacy, and build a decent home on there where it's just an open layout, maybe a pool in the back where you can enjoy friends and family, and just have people over for barbecues and really enjoy people's company. I think that's the most important thing.
Very cool. So all you real estate agents out there listening, now you know what George is looking for, so find it for him. He needs it. This is the Shining Light Video Podcast show, where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm here with George Kontogiannis, and I'm going to tell you, his name sometimes is a tongue twister, and that's why he also goes by George Kontos, which is also part of some of the marketing campaign. But it's Kontogiannis, and if you're a basketball fan, then you know Giannis Antetokounmpo, which is a hard name to say, but once he became the MVP, everybody was able to say it. So I think as the MVP of roofing, everybody should be able to say your name, Kontogiannis. Learn how to say it. He's the MVP of roofing right here. And he provides one of the best customer experiences. He prides himself on the customer experience. He learned it coming up through the ranks in the restaurant industry, learning about the customer experience, and he applies that to the way he does your roofs. And as we've learned, he is a perfectionist, but he's going to take his time to perfect your roof and make sure that you have the best experience. George, you are, of course, trying to provide a positive experience for your customers. You're trying to make sure that they're happy. You're trying to make sure that everything comes out right and find a solution. When we look at the quarantine that we're all living in today, what do you see as a positive outcome from this experience that we're in today?
Well, I did take this as a positive experience for myself, because you really get to slow down in life in general. You get to break down your business. You realize when you're doing everyone's tasks exactly what's going on. if you need to change anyone's positions a little bit to perfect things in order to make things happen, you collaborate with people and bring in more ideas and try to just perfect things. There's always room for improvements, no matter where you are in life. I think there's always room for improvements. There's always way to make yourself, to better yourself, better your business, better yourself with people around you and stuff like that. I've been working team building with my guys. You know, just motivation. We do push-ups in the morning sometimes before we go out just to get ourselves motivated. I always think, you know, you have to be in a positive mindset and really look forward to your day and communicating with people. And I think that's where I love roofing so much, or I'm enthusiastic, or because I just love dealing with people. I like to give them the right product, whether it be a roofing, restaurants, or whatever business you're in. I think it's just super important to really communicate with homeowners, see what they want, what they need, and make sure you can provide that and give that and execute that to them.
Right, right. I love what you said there about team building, is that this is an opportunity for you to really work with your team a lot closer. And when you and I spoke, you also mentioned, of course, your business is being impacted by COVID and by the quarantine, and you're down a certain amount of employees and workers. So you're kind of picking up some of their slack. And you also mentioned to me that it's kind of nice. You're kind of like going back to the beginnings of relearning and rehoning some of your old skills that you knew, and you're like kind of relearning them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you go back and you have yourself in every person's position, and that's what makes you also knowledgeable and good at what you do. You have to put yourself in other people's shoes. A lot of times you can't just assume things in life, and I mean that just goes in life in general. So it's good to go back and put myself in positions of some of my employees that unfortunately can't come back at the moment due to everything going on right now. So, you know, that's appreciation for me. It gives me more appreciation for my employees as well, which is important always.
Right. Yeah. And, you know, when I was, you know, when you and I spoke, and we spoke about being able to offer a great customer experience, I was looking up, I always like to start the show with a quote, and I was looking up quotes, and I was looking up customer satisfaction, and a lot of customer satisfaction quotes that I found all led to leadership quotes, and they were linked together of that. And I've spoken about this on the show before. I had Tom Lemmy in, and we were talking about leadership and how it trickles down. And also, I believe it was also with HV Eats, Janet, we were just talking about the restaurant industry and how it trickles down. And it's the same thing here, is that the only way you're going to be able to provide the very best customer experience is by being a great leader. And a great leader is all about, like what you're talking about now, the team building, is that your employees, you're learning them, you know every single point of the job, you know everything in there, and you're able to do what they're able to do. You're not asking them to do anything that you wouldn't do yourself. And that's a great leader. And so a great leader is what's going to lead to great customer satisfaction, right? Would you agree there?
Absolutely. I mean, you're all working together as a team. No one can do anything by themselves. It's the team that puts everything together, from the office staff to people out in the field, and just everything working as a team. I think that's the most important things, because I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't have the business, and we wouldn't be on the route that we are if I didn't have such a great team behind me. I couldn't do nothing by myself with all
Right.
this. It's the team that puts everything together. Absolutely.
Right, right, right. This is the Shining Light Video Podcast show, where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm here with George. I knew it was going to happen to me. Kontogiannis. I knew it was going to happen to me, and it's because I put it in my mind. I'm here with George Kontogiannis, owner of GKontos Roofing, and he prides himself on customer satisfaction and making sure that you have the best experience when roofing. Reach out to him for a quote, he is on site, by the way. He is on site for every single job that he does. He is there. Excuse me. He's there on every single job to be able to see and everything that's going on. So reach out to him for that. George, you're also very active in the community. You're a part of so many things. You and I really built our relationship going to GAB events together. And when one of the donations was a drop-off, you came in with literally a truckload of school supplies for the kids. But I also want to mention a few other things that George is a part of, because I find them so great that you're a part of this stuff. You donate roofs to Habitat for Humanity, and you sit on the board for Rebuilding Together Dutchess. Could you speak to us about, of course, acts of kindness and generosity that you're witnessing in your community, and what led you to, and how do you donate a roof? I mean, that's just like so wild. So I would love to hear some of that.
Well, I'm not on the board yet. I'm putting in my application. I'd love to sit on the
Okay.
board for Rebuilding Together Dutchess.
Well, you got to
We
vote
were
right
able
here.
we were able
Sorry.
to donate a lot of money to Rebuilding Together Dutchess for one of their main events. We did that. We did donate a roof for Habitat. Just as we increase the business, it feels really good to be able to give back, like even with the notebooks and stuff like that. Well, if you can do it, why not provide a truckload of notebooks, this and that? Why am I only bringing 5 if I can bring 100? To donate a roof every year that we increase our business, I want to be able to donate more roofs. I think that just makes me feel good about myself, who I am. I like to always give back, help. I've always liked to help my friends. You look back and it just makes you feel good about yourself. We want to focus on doing even food drives, clothes drives, toy drives, turkey giveaways, like whatever we can do to really try to help our community as we grow. I think that's important, and I want us to be known as somebody that that can help and do something positive for the community.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that in the comments, by the way, is that you had a friend, Soriano. I didn't get to mention her before earlier. She was saying how awesome you are. And then, of course, our mutual friend Danielle says the same thing. You are awesome, George. Yeah, you're always a part. I'm on the chamber. I'm on other business associations. And I always see your name flashing. You're always sponsoring an event. You're always a part of an event. So you're always giving back to the community. And it's really, really appreciated. In fact, one of the reasons why I was like, I got to get George on the show is because I have one of your pens from one of the events, and I use it as like my note-taking pen during my shows. I was like, why haven't I called George yet? I got to get him on here. And George, like I said, so you do so much in the community. Are you witnessing any acts of kindness and generosity on a smaller level in your community?
I mean, if there's little things we come across and we can fix it on the spot, we will. We don't necessarily charge for it, right?
Okay.
If someone needs help with something, we'll take care of something like
Sure,
that
sure.
if we can. Um, just whatever we can do, even answering people's questions sometimes is enough. Just listening to somebody, seeing what their needs are, and trying to fulfill their needs, is number one. So.
Cool. Cool. This is the Shining Light Video Podcast Show where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their communities. I'm here with George Kontogiannis, owner of GKontos Roofing. You're never going to forget his last name, Kontogiannis. Owner of GKontos Roofing, where he provides excellent customer service and satisfaction on all of your roofing needs. And as he just mentioned there, ask him anything, little things, big things, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a full replacement. George will come in there and take a look at an assessment and see what he can do for you and try to provide any type of value to you. George, you're also a part of our HV Gold community, and this is HV Gold Week. So I want to ask you why you chose to be a part of HV Gold Rewards and what kind of offer you have for Gold Reward members.
Well, we offer a few $100s off with each purchase of every roof. To be able to also provide a Gold Rewards card to the community also gives them access to other discounts that someone may have that hasn't had in the past. So it also helps with supporting local businesses, and I think that's very important in this community. You got to support local first. I think that's very, very, very important for everyone in here, and that's what's going to help provide just better donations, everyone to better each other and really help each other and look out for each other. I think that's important. So.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And like I said, HV Gold Rewards is one of the largest business networking groups on Facebook. So it's great to be a part of it, and you're a part of the discount card. So get your discount card. HV Gold Rewards discount card is only $10. And if you enter promo code FCH, they're going to donate 8 of those $10 to Forgotten Children of Haiti's fundraiser, Mass for the Front Line. So we really appreciate that as well. George, obviously active in the community, obviously a part of so many different things in your community and also outside of your community. I mean, you expand from Dutchess to Orange to Ulster. You're all over the place. I see your billboards and everything. You're so part of the community. I have to ask you, and I know you cut your own hair, and we all seen me cut my hair. So we're gonna say you're not allowed to say you're barber on this one. You're not allowed to say you're barber on this one because that one's out, right? So what's one
I
place?
need one though.
Yeah, but you and I, we got curly hair. We could just take the buzzer and hit it up. I did mine now, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I'm not cutting my hair for the second time around though.
So what's one place that when this quarantine is over, you can't wait to just bust down their doors and say, "Take care of me"?
I mean, there's a lot of good businesses here. I love
Sure.
food. I love drink. A lot of the ones I grew up with are still my favorites, like Eveready Double O. You have Crew, you have Pizzeria Baccio. I think there's such a good variety. Mexicali Blue, all those restaurants. I like to try different restaurants. They have different drinks, different atmospheres, and I think it's just being outside and being able to have um, just an atmosphere and ambiance and somewhere to go and really enjoy with good company. I think that's very important. So I look to socialize and again.
Yeah, no, definitely. You mentioned the Eveready in there, and as soon as you said the Eveready, like my mouth started watering because the Eveready makes the best milkshakes. They make hands down the best milkshakes, right?
My favorite burger is the blackjack burger, so
The
I
blackjack
can have
burger,
that.
right? Yeah,
I've eaten that for over 15 years now.
yeah. Yeah, they're if you don't know the Eveready Diner, it's over in Hyde Park in Dutchess County, and they are that old school 1950s silver diner, and they have all the old school trimmings inside of the 1957 Chevy in there, and the French fries are delicious, the burgers are delicious, and like I said, the milkshakes are delicious. It's a really awesome diner, and you mentioned a couple other restaurants which are really great in the area. Crew Restaurant, which is like the chef there, Joe, is graduated from the Culinary Institute. They have a huge wine selection, just an awesome restaurant. I don't know Mexicali Blue that much. Is that a New Paltz Mexicali Blue?
Oh, there's a couple locations. There's one in Wappingers Falls as well. Really good. They have really
Okay,
good quesadillas, really good food, really good burritos. Everything I think is delicious,
for,
and they give you a good
for
amount of
sure.
food too, which is important.
Yes, that is very important. Yeah. No, we definitely miss our restaurants, and of course we miss our barbers. Yeah, that's the truth. So who's your barber? Go ahead, share with us who your
Uh,
barber is,
you
George.
know what? I like a lot of barbers to be honest with you. I go around, I share my love. I've always went to level over there. I've been to Barber House, and I just all these guys are such good guys that it's nice just going and having conversation. So wherever I'm kind of closer to, I'll usually drop off and do it. And like you said, it's all about the people. Really, I think everybody does a great job at cutting hair and it's just the atmosphere going and saying hi to the people you haven't seen in a while. I think that's good. That's a good feeling. So wherever.
Very cool. Very cool. This has been the Shining Light Video Podcast Show. George is on a job right now, and he needs to get back to it. So I'm gonna wrap this up a little sooner than I typically do. But this has been the Shining Light Video Podcast Show, where I'm here with my guest, George Kontogiannis, owner of GKontos Roofing. George, before I let you go back to what you got to do you have any final thoughts, any last message that you would like to share with our audience today?
I know the people have probably been through a little stress lately with all this going on. Everything's going to start open up. Always just look at things as positive. You're still breathing, you're still living, you're still able to enjoy life. You got to sit back and enjoy your family and friends a little bit more. Everybody's value. Take a time out is very important in life because we're always on the go. And I just look at everything as being positive in that way. You got to always look positive in your future and good things will come to you.
Well, that's such a great message for everyone out there. Such a great message for the future. We don't know what the future holds after COVID and all the other issues that are going to happen. I mean, I always try to stay positive. I always try to keep a happy and smiley attitude, but we also have to acknowledge what's going on around us. And yeah, it's hard, but what a great message you're sharing with everybody is just be thankful for your life, be thankful for your friends and your family. George, thank you so much for sharing that message. And thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
coming on the
Michael.
show today. I know that this was tough for you. You were in between jobs. You said, "Oh, I'll do it in my truck." So it was really great and an honor to have you on today. And I really value our friendship. Thanks so much for coming on.
I appreciate
This
you
has
having
been,
us.
oh wait, you have a shout out. Hang on. We have AMH on here, AMH Home Services. They're saying, let's collab. So, George, you got to get in touch with AMH, also a gold member. They were on the show and part of a show sponsorship as well. George, thanks so much for coming on the show today. This
Thank
has
you
been
again.
the Shining Light video podcast show where I shine a light on my guests and the positivity they're spreading in their community. My guest today has been George Kontogiannis, the owner of GKontos Roofing. He prides himself on customer service and customer satisfaction, making sure that your roofing job is you don't even know that they're there and had it done outside of having a brand new roof. So reach out to him, ask him any questions you may have. He's willing to answer any questions and offer his services. He is also not just the owner, but he also goes on every single job to see and make sure that the job is being done to his standards. So reach out to him and ask him for a quote and whatever else you need. I'd also like to give everybody a quick update on Forgotten Turn of Hades fundraiser Match for the Front Line. Due to our generous donors and my haircutting skills, watch my IGTV on my haircutting fundraiser, we have raised $3,000 towards our $5,000 goal. Please visit our GoFundMe campaign to make a donation today of just $8 to buy one mask for one frontline worker in Haiti. The link's in my bio and in the description of this video. This show has also been sponsored by AMH Home Services, who's donating $750 towards Forgotten Turn of Hades fundraiser if you choose them as your mold and remediation services. Let them know that you found out about them through the Shining Light video podcast show, and they'll donate $750 towards our fundraiser. GKontos Roofing is also a proud member of HV Gold Rewards and offers a discount to card-holding members. Visit hvgoldrewards.com to buy your $10 card, enter promo code FCH, and HV Gold Rewards will donate $8 toward Forgotten Turn of Hades fundraiser. Tune in tomorrow where my guest and HV Gold Rewards member, Paige Flori, will share why she has such a large selection of local spirits and wines in her store, in her wine and spirit store. That's tomorrow at 10 on the Shining Light video podcast show. George, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. I want to thank all of you in the comments today, Haynes Marketing and Media, for getting you on the show. Thank you, Katie. Please, I hope your ankle's recovering. Thanks, everybody in the comments. Thank you for joining us today. As always, everyone, stay happy and stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow at 10. Bye, everyone.
Thank you again.
Bye, George.
Bye-bye.